Hey Leo, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from March 14th through the 16th, 2025. This is for Leo. Last shuffle coming out for Leo. Let's see what's going on, Leo. So, Leo, what we have here is family, friends, and guides, and then you have joyous fun. And this tells me that your past on loved ones are wanting you to do what feels right. They feel like you may be thinking strongly. It's like they're observing you and they're watching you sort of enjoy your life. I don't know. This is for a Leo who's like acting as though they enjoy their life, but there's a deep sadness. Let me see what's going on here. There's a card that flipped over. I know it did. I felt it. I saw it, I think. Come on, card. Where are you? Oh, here it goes. Look, it hid. The sun. The sun. They're watching you. Your past and loved ones are watching you do things, feeling lonely, surrounded by people, feeling lonely. Like they're showing that you're. It's obvious. They want you to know that nothing that you've gone through is a waste. Okay, nothing that you've gone through was a waste. You're actually quite wealthy. You're a rich energy. You are rich in experience, rich in life, rich in love here. But you may feel like you're just repeating the same old, same old. I'm seeing, man, your past and loved ones are really wanting to scream at you in a sense. You got the sun and the moon, which means there's a lot of things that are going to be revealed, and they want you to uncover something. What makes you happy? What feels right to you? And you need to just do what feels right to you. If you are in a romantic relationship, they're showing you or trying to show you that you've been with this person before. If you believe in reincarnation, some of you do, some of you don't. That's okay, right? Because truth is truth, life is life. But there's something about you have known this person before. You've been with this person before. If you have children at all, the children are going to become a focus, and they're wanting you to mend fences with them. Okay, there's something about um, one of your children uh, benefiting from your honesty, being honest with yourself. Like your children are watching you and they're seeing you pretend that you're happy, and it is affecting them. So Spirit's also bringing that up. They're wanting you to dig deep into your heart, into your soul, and say what feels right to you, Leo, and just do it. You haven't wasted your time, okay? You are supported by Spirit. You are supported by the universe in every single way. But it's really time for you to like release all that you've gone through. So you may have gone through a lot and it has affected you to the point where you just are doing things to just show that you're happy. Like I'm getting the vibe of a parent who wants their kids to see them. Like I'm sad. I've been crying in my room, but I come out and I'm Mr. or Mrs. Homemaker. I'm playing. I'm talking to them, and they can sense that you're unhappy. You may not be at peace at this moment or calm, and you may be. And for that to be here, you may be stressing about how much time you have wasted in your life. That is not the case. They're wanting you to see 555 as a number that I'm seeing coming up for you. And that's usually a number of like leveling up, but it doesn't feel good. It feels like loneliness. It feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again and nothing's changing, man. But showing that whatever you're going through, it is preparing you to handle something better, higher good, best good, highest good, greater things, and that you're going to figure out why you went through all the stuff you went through. All right, whatever is coming up, it's like, oh my gosh, that's why I went through that. I can say from personal experience, I went through some junk, man. I went through some stuff with people where I couldn't understand, why do people treat me the way they do, or why do people treat me the way they did? Why did they talk to me like that? Why did they do me like that? And then I found out why. Like, really, why is because I'm a fixed sign. And I would have just been there. I would have never been the person I am right now. I would never be here. I would have been under them, living that life with them. What I know, I could go into detail, but it's not. This isn't about me. I'm just giving an example of like a personal example. I can resonate with this, to be honest with you. I went through a lot with people. I struggled. I've been broken by people, deeply broken, and I'm usually one that's like, oh, whatever. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I'm easy to please. Trust and believe. It's easy to please me. Just give me a Snickers bar, and I'm like, yay. But I was done so dirty that I felt like I wasted my time. If I could go back, I would erase this person out of my life. I would erase this situation out of my life. They wouldn't exist to me, and I would just focus on what I was focusing on before I even met them. And this person did feel like a past life energy. Like I was like, I know them. I knew them when I met this person. So I could say that, being honest with myself, I still need to do what feels right to me. But I wasn't doing what felt right to me before, and I needed to be broken out of it in order to do it. This is something that felt right to me all my life, but I would have never been in this. I would have done something else. I would have tried to please my family. I would have tried to please my friends or a significant other or something like that. And I would have never done this, because this is definitely not so. This is taboo, right? This is wrong, wrong, right? Because the joyous fun is the Three of Pentacles and Hierophant. And that tells me that the energy is that you were trying to be traditional. You were trying to do the right thing. You were trying to build your wealth in a traditional way. And that your past and loved ones are telling you that everything you went through gave you, it helped you to gain wisdom and strengthened you, and that it's time to go back towards something again and do it again. It's going to work out for you. But some of you may be saying, this will never happen. But I promise you, whatever is going on this weekend, a year from now, you're going to be in the space where you feel like you're going to see, and a year from now, you're going to look back and go, all this was meant to happen the way it did. I see now why it was meant to happen. I understand it now. Especially if this involves children. Your children are going to improve or excel in a situation. So you're going to see them experiencing some level of like a level up. And also, too, Spirit is asking you, especially your past and loved ones, are asking you to, I guess it's like to mend fences with children peacefully, calmly. You'll be supported in that. Okay. Push through. Just push through. You will see why later, especially if you see 555. You will see why you're in this situation now. You will understand everything, and the reward. It's like, I'm seeing a year from now, there's a reward for all that you're going through. It's not a waste of energy. It's not a waste of time. You didn't waste any of your time. Everything, everything is going to be used. Everything is going to bring you to where you're supposed to be. Ascended Masters is Two of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So Ascended Masters is usually like your wisdom, a figurehead. We always use these figures in scriptural studies, or like any religion, any spiritual energy. There's always that figure, right? The Liliths of the world, or the Jobs of the world, or the Moses of the world, or whatever the heck, right? Because the Christianity is so profound. It's all over. I use them quite a bit because most people understand it, right? But you would look at all these different figures in history and see that they were at a crossroads too, right before they hit a breakthrough. And you are one of those people. It's almost as though your past and loved ones are like, imagine that you are those figures in scriptural studies. Imagine you're that person. You're going through the same thing they're going through. You're at the point right now where they were confused, you're confused. If you could pass the cup, you would pass the cup. But something new is coming out of this, right? Something beautiful, overflowing bounty, overflowing rewards are going to come from this. Letting go of the world and death, letting go of how your life has changed, or things that are no longer in existence for you. Some of you may be looking back saying, like I said, if I could go back and erase this from my life, I would, right? It's a good thing they don't have that button, because I would have been a different person because of how painful something was for me. I kid you not. It was so painful. It didn't make any sense. I wanted to just, let me just pretend. I wanted to get hypnotized, and my mind is too strong to be hypnotized, which is sad. To me, it was sad. It's like, My mind is way too short. It's like a steel trap. Can't be. I tried. I tried a lot of things to try to get myself back to where I used to be before I was broken down. But letting go of what ended, what stopped, what is no longer. And so there's an energy your past and loved ones are saying, forget how bad you were treated, forget what happened to you. Not to say forget it, but like to let go of allowing it to be your story. Okay, that you've overcome it and you have become upgraded because of the things you've gone through. You wouldn't actually be on the right path if you weren't, if things didn't happen the way they did. You weren't supposed to be in that space, right? Say you were married and this person betrayed you, and then you're living life now going, I wish that I would have, if I could go back, I would just never went with them. They would have said hello and I would have kept walking. You were meant to marry that person, meet them, have your children. You were meant to go through the breakthrough or whatever it was, because you were meant to have those children, and those children were meant to be. And you were also meant to be broken by this person so you wouldn't be continuously living the life with them that you were living. They would have, you know what I mean? There's something about the situation that would have, that's supposed to be. Say you had this prolific career and they let you go. You were meant to have the career so that you could gain the wisdom and the knowledge and the information, but you weren't meant to stay. But because you're a fixed sign, you would have stayed. Spirit's like, I had to break you because you wouldn't have stopped. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to stop. You probably felt you were supposed to stop, and you have to be honest with yourself about these things, right? So that's something the Spirit's throwing out here. Now, they're showing that you're a very brave, very passionate, and very honest person. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with your children as well if you have them. And if you don't, then this is about being honest with your inner child about why you're where you are. And because they're showing that some of you, it's like they're showing also too, like what I'm seeing is that you may have developed coping mechanisms in order to just deal with your situation, right? There's some things that are obvious but you're hiding it, right? It's obvious you would be sad about something but you may be hiding it, right? And look, as a Leo, I can attest to this. As a person, I can attest to this. I could be going through the worst, but I'm still going to show up smiling and celebrating with you, broken inside, leaving the place, crying in my car. I would. And then I'd go home and smile at everybody at home and just relax. Oh, everything's great. Oh, okay, let's have movie night. The whole time I'm sitting there fighting back tears, or going, there's a lot of things I would do to hide, but it's obvious. Of course you're sad about this. Of course you're not feeling happy about the situation. Of course you're not proud of that situation, but you would never let anyone see you sweat. But they're showing that there's coping mechanisms that you have built up to handle a situation that you are supposed to release, because you don't need those coping mechanisms in the next leg of your journey. So the best example I can always come up with for that is saying maybe you dealt with a narcissist, right? And that word is like thrown out a lot, but say you've dealt with one and you've had to develop the gray rock method to deal with that person. And we've all, I think that we have all dealt with a person who has been so toxic that you've had to develop, and it's someone that you just couldn't say forget him, I can't deal with them. Maybe they're the parent of your child, they're your parent, they're a sibling, they're a boss or a coworker, and you kind of had to deal with it. And what you have to develop as a gray rock method is that you can't give them any energy. You can't talk to them about anything profound. You can't tell them about anything good or anything bad. You have to just talk about the weather, just like basic stuff, right? You just have to go, well, it's going to be 70 degrees today, right? Perfect day for swimming or whatever the heck you're going to say. But you may have developed that method in order to just survive or deal. And Spirit saying you won't have to use that method any longer. Release it. Feel the fact that you had to even develop it in the first place. Feel the fact that you had to survive in a situation to begin with, but you won't need to do that anymore. You just don't see it yet. And in a year, you're going to see your life different. You'll be truly happy within a year. If you are looking for a romantic interest, it's about following your heart and following what feels right to you. And you will run into this person. If you are in a romantic connection at this point, this person may feel like you've met them before, you've known them all your life. Even if, like, you may have been with them for 30 years, but you have felt that way since the day you met, or you may meet someone and this person, it's like you look at them and it's like, I know you. They may feel that way about you. Do what's right to you. The answers are within you. You don't need to ask anyone about it. If it's being presented to you and you feel it and you know it, then it is what it is. You don't need to get it substantiated by someone else. You don't need someone to come in and go, yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is. If the spirit is saying that they have given you an internal compass, so you know what's right for you. You want to incorporate the color aqua into your space, and that's like a beautiful Caribbean blue, like the ocean, right? And that color vibrates on this frequency of experiencing peace and calm. You will experience it when it's in your space. So try, I would attempt that. um I'm also seeing a candle. I would light a candle and kind of put this energy into this candle, like you would look at it and say that I'm burning this candle for receiving blessings, that you're thanking the sun and the moon for the blessings in the days to come, that you are thankful for them. Like, I'm thankful for the moon, I'm thankful for the sun, and I'm thankful for the blessings, the great and the good blessings, the bold and bright blessings to come in the following days. Harm to none, blessings to all kind of vibe. It's like you would put that kind of energy into a candle, and you would put this candle on like an altar, or like, you have a space where you're always like, oh, I always light candles right there. Put it there and let it burn for at least like 5 minutes, or let it burn down. But I would let it burn for maybe 5 minutes. You may not, I mean, you could let it burn down, but 5 minutes is sufficient. Put it out. you know it doesn't have to be like a taper candle, or like an altar candle, or like a chime candle. It could be like a scented one, right? And then visualize the blessings to come. Just know that they're coming, right? What are the blessings that you would like to come? What feels right for you? So I am seeing that for you. I see your past and loved ones wanting you to see that everything that you do is going to have, there's a return. Six of Pentacles is an exchange. Everything you're doing is going to bring you blessings because of your wisdom. If it doesn't come in the form of money, it's coming in the form of wisdom. But I'm seeing money for you, though. I'm seeing money for you. Yeah, so you could be dealing with another Leo really strongly. We also have Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, and Scorpio. So you could be a Cancer Leo cusp, or a Leo Virgo cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.